Hi, everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of The Leo's Den. My name's Naya, and my fun fact is that I have about 10 best friends.
Hi, everyone. My name's Ilona. My teammates call me Lo. And my fun fact is I think I really only have like one best friend, to be honest. How do you have 10 best friends, Naya? Is that possible?
It is. I honestly think I might have a little more than that. As I've come into my adult years, I've been trying to figure out, like, am I just classifying all my close friends as best friends, or should I be breaking those categories down into, like, this is my sister, this is my actual best friend, this is my great friend, this is my associate, versus kind of putting them all in one big box as I've gotten older and friendships have turned into different categories. But for right now, we're just calling them all my best friends. I'm attached to that. So I'm figuring that out.
I think that's fine. I think when I was in like fourth grade, this girl told me I couldn't be her best friend because she only can have one best friend. That scarred me. I went underneath my dining room table and cried. So that's why I only think you can have like one best friend, because of what she told me. But like, yeah, I would consider my sisters my best friends in a way.
I don't consider my sisters my best friends, but I have like one best friend who, like, she's basically family. So
Ratchet dog?
Yeah, instead of calling her best friend, I'm like, you're family, like you're my sister, like literally not my blood, but my blood. So that's kind of how we roll around that. But my 10 versus your 1, maybe I can give you some of my bridesmaids so they don't I didn't include it. Okay, guys. So, before we get into the episode, we start with our horoscope. Us being Leos, we love to hear about ourselves from each other and also from the world. For this horoscope today, it says, November could put you through some tests, Leo, but it's nothing you can't manage. In fact, the more you go with the flow, the better things will turn out. Tension could be building up between your career and home life, especially during this month's new moon and full moon. The secret lies in asking for help. You do so much for people, so why not let them return the favor when you need it the most? Rely on your support system. Lo, is that touching you in any way?
Yeah. It's just funny that it says support system because you have a massive support system of your 10 best friends. So that kind of is fitting for today's episode. I think I could rely on people more because I think at times I'm like, I can do this. I'm strong enough. I'm fine. Instead of like maybe going a little outward for it. What about you?
I would definitely say it definitely relates with us and our work life, getting ready for scrimmages and selections for Dubai, and then in home life, just trying to get things situated. So it definitely touches me in a way and brings things into perspective that I'm not going crazy and that it actually has something to do with astrology, I guess. So that's kind of a nice relief. And then just the advice of relying on your support system. I think that's really important. And as you said, I have 10 best friends as well as my sisters and family and my teammates. So I'm really lucked out in that area.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys haven't already guessed, or if you haven't read the caption, today we're going to be talking to our best friends, our personal best friends. So yay, they're here. They took their time out of their day to come talk to us, even though they talk to us every day. So my best friend who I brought on today is Nicole Haverland. Nicole, say hi and please give us a fun fact.
Hey everyone, my name is Nicole. Fun fact about me is Ilona Maher is literally my soulmate in every single way, except one.
Yes, but other than that, we're made for each other.
Exploring that area.
What?
Are you guys exploring that?
No, Naya. Damn it for turning shit around like that.
I mean, it's not the first time. It's not the first time we've gotten asked that.
Yeah, people always ask that about us, like, oh, you didn't. And like, no, we're just best friends, okay? We just get along well. There's other things we can do, like drink coffee and hang out and share secrets.
I think
all right.
Beautiful. I think that's very beautiful. To go off of that, I have brought in my bestie. Her name is Jazz Gray. Jazz, would you please introduce yourself and give us a fun fact about you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jazz Gray, and a fun fact about me is I collect hats.
Now, tell me, Jazz, how does it feel that you're actually just one of 10? That you're actually not that important?
I it feels good because like I do get to see her every day and be with her. So like, I feel like that elevates me in the tent just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
She's also like been around majority of them too. So I feel like she can understand like, okay, I see where all these people fit into a certain piece of your life and why you need all 10 of them.
And like Jazz, when you hang out with Naya's other friends, do you like feel like, oh, you work well with them as well? Cause you all have like a similar maybe friendship? Or is it like, I've found sometimes like people's best friends kind of maybe compete with each other. Like, no, I'm her best friend. No, I'm her number one.
Nah, it's real. Like I'm a real laid back, and a lot of them are kind of like her and being like a little over the top. So,
oh, don't I know? Yeah,
we mesh pretty well, I think.
Good.
Nicole, what about you? Tell me what that life is like being the one and only.
It is precious. I mean, I am not like Jazz. Lo, if you ever get another best friend, I will probably drown you. And I'm already like not looking forward to, not spending the next couple of weeks with you when you're in Dubai and you're going to have a new roommate. So I'm going to be, probably calling you lots. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like I grew up, having one best friend, and Lo is that person, and we just celebrated our 3-year anniversary. Actually,
3-year friendiversary, guys. You guys should start celebrating friendiversaries.
How cute is that? Can you please give us a little more information on that? What that day went like?
So, like, usually we do it every year, and we do fun things. But this year was pretty chill. Yeah, no, this year we, what was it, last week on Friday, we were like, let's get dressed up and go get appetizers and get a drink and just, share each other, like what we love about each other and just talk. And it was like a really, really good evening. And it ended up being a little bit too much of a good weekend, but you're making our relationship sound really sus, Nicole. Watch what you say, all right? We are completely normal. Everyone listening, Naya.
Well, congratulations to you guys. I heard, Lo, you kind of giving us advice that me and Jazzy should do the same. I don't know if I remember exactly the day we met, so I feel like that would kind of be difficult. But I will say, like, we probably celebrate like once a month, which is probably too much. But
I do see you guys going out often. Yeah, I'm like, oh, look at them at Benihana again.
Yeah. We'll be there next week.
No way.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, when did you two kind of know, like, hey, I vibe with this person?
I guess I'll start. I think when, first off, finding out she was from North Carolina, I felt like we could relate on that aspect. Being from the East Coast, I have noticed that East Coast and West Coast people operate differently. They think differently. They have different mentalities. So from a sports perspective, we were very similar in our competitiveness, our confidence, and how we communicated. And then off the field, like doing team activities and kind of gravitating towards her when I noticed like we like the same type of music, we like to do the same type of things, we like to experience experiences, and we like to spend money. I was like, okay, like this is the person for me. What about you, Jazzy?
I think it was probably that day that we had the little jumping competition. Like we both were like, going back and forth, having a little banter, and that's always fun. And yeah, like just like both of us are very competitive. We love to bet. We love to spend money as well. So yeah, I think that day was like, all right, yeah.
And just to give some context into that day, we were doing vertical tests at training. And Jazz is what? You're 5'3"?
5'4". Thank you.
5'4". Jazz is 5'4", and I'm 5'9". So I'm already thinking like I got this in the bag. Like I'm not the highest vertical in the team from the jump, but I'm looking at Jazz and I'm like, I got this in the bag. Like I got about 5 inches on her. I should be fine. And again, Jazz being the competitive person she is, she really likes to take a challenge. Even if she truly knows she still will not win, she'll still do it. And in this situation, she knew she would win. And luckily for her and her pockets and her bank account, she did win. She did beat me by a lot in the vertical. So shout out to Jazz for her athletic ability.
Yeah, because Jazz can be very quiet. Like when she first came in, we were all like, who this? Who's Jazz? But then when it comes to competition time, Jazz steps up. I remember that vertical jump competition because Jazz was hyped.
On that point with Jazz just being super quiet, it's funny though, like during practice, it's like you hear Jazz's voice come out and then you hear Naya's loud voice come out and then they just be fighting at each other, arguing back and forth, and then they're still playing rugby though. They're still playing and then they're still arguing, but they get their stuff done, and it's just kind of funny to watch.
And it's kind of interesting, like different relationships, like these two will be yelling at each other, like saying some rude, I don't know if it's rude things, but like aggressive things. And then they're like, hey, talk nicer to Naya. And Jazz and Naya are like, no, that's how we talk. Like none of them feel bad. It's just like the relationship they've created and the way they communicate is like very different than how I maybe communicate with Nicole.
Mm-hmm. Lo, tell us a little bit about how you and Nicole met and like when that moment was where you were like, this is my best friend.
Well, I think I kind of was like maybe Jazz when I came in as well. I was very quiet. Doyle called me weird. I didn't really know how to talk to people. And it wasn't so I came in the summertime and I played at the World Cup and nothing really came from that. I wasn't friends with Nicole at all. But then it was during the 2019 fall season before Glendale when I was like, hey, Nicole, like I put you down as my roommate. Like, I think we could work well. She's like, hey, I put you down as my roommate. And I was like, what? So we were roommates in Colorado and it just like worked really well together. Like, I think what works for us is that we're very opposite in many ways. Like she is very neat. She's very strict on her diet. I can be very messy. I am not strict on my diet and our personalities are very different. I would call her more of an introvert and myself more of an extrovert. And I think it was just like that moment. And then after Glendale, I think we just kind of knew like, oh, okay, this is somebody that I really work well with. Nicole, what about you?
Yeah, for me, it was after Glendale, you basically like invited yourself into my home. And like, I'm not the one to, like, I'm not the one to like, hey, come over. But no, Lo's like, hey, I'm coming over. We're going out. I'm like, sweet. Okay. Like, I'm not the one to make plans, but like the sense like Lo's making plans, like that's like a personality trait that I gravitate towards because I'm not the one to do so. So as an introvert, I'm like, that's what I want as a best friend is someone to be like, let's do this, let's do that. And we're going here. And I'm like, sweet. And that weekend she spent the night at my house. And then I like the next weekend, I think I met your sister Lo and like, I just like fell in love with your family and knew that you guys were good people.
And I'm curious about that because I feel like that's a very common thing with Leos is to kind of take control of situations. And we kind of talked about our star signs earlier. Our Cubs know we're Leos. Nicole, what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay. Jazzy, what's yours?
I too am a Pisces.
No, are you serious? Wait,
yeah. Our birthdays are like really close together.
Oh, they are. I totally didn't even realize that. That's wild. That has to be something. That has to be in the stars or something like that.
I believe it.
Well, that is insane. Okay, I couldn't tell you what Pisces are, but I love them, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
I think Pisces are like they say they're super emotional, tend to be a little bit, no, not me. At any point. No, I'm not emotional. Tend to be, like an introvert a little bit, kind of quiet. But Then you got some Pisces who say like, no, I'm not any of those. So I don't know. But like, that's how like I've heard it.
I don't know if I would describe you two as very emotional, but maybe deep down, maybe you guys really have a soft spot deep down. I do have a question. Like, what is it training and working together every day? Like, how is it for you guys? I'll tell you how it is for us, because sometimes it can be a lot.
For me, it's pretty cool, mainly because we play the same position, me and Naya. So we always giving each other feedback and saying, no, do it this way or try this. So I think that actually like brings us closer, to be honest.
And on top of that, like, it is hard as well because we're, again, playing in the same position and we're actually like really competing against each other. We're fighting for the same spot. So that can like create tension and stuff. But I think that we are very honest with each other. So we're kind of able to work through that, you know, and I will say like Jazz is very chatty and she knows like, oh, if I say certain things or I do certain things, it'll get under that person's skin and mess their game up. I think that is like an awesome trait, but I will say like, I struggle with that some days where I'm like, mother, I'm gonna strangle your neck right now. But I think that's great. I think that's a perfect way to prepare me for, you know, shit talking that I can deal with on tournaments, which you know teams do, and try to trigger you with to throw your game off. So I think her in that aspect is a great addition to our team for us to be able to work around that aggressiveness, that competitiveness, that confidence, that arrogance in a positive way. I think that's good to see and good to be able to go up against because it really tests your emotional strength, I think.
And I think, too, like Naya, she'll send me like after practice, she'll send me like 50 clips. And sometimes it'll just be like me walking like on a play and then she'll call me and want to talk about it. And I'm like, I know I was walking. I don't want to talk to you about it. But when we're like forced to talk about it, it really holds me accountable and it makes me so much better. So I appreciate her for that. Yeah, I think we're just constantly always doing things, saying things to make each other better. So.
And vice versa, because like I'll say, oh, you're walking. She's like, well, here's a clip of you walking. And I'm like, okay, fair. But
here was another clip from 2 weeks ago.
So it makes it hard, too, that we're very similar in the type of players we are. So it's like we really have to be honest with ourselves in order to get better as athletes of like, yeah, we have the same issues in terms of fitness and other things like that. So it's like, how can we push each other? For some people, it's like, you know, for Jazzy, it's like, I'm going to be like, you ain't doing it right. Da-da-da. And for me, it might be like to Jazzy, like sending her clips. So,
yeah. And I found that too about your guys' relationship is that you are constantly making each other better and like constantly they're racing, they're doing whatever. When those two are on the wing opposite each other, it's a little scary, to be honest. Like they rev up. I think Naya runs the fastest when she's chasing Jazz down, probably, because there's no way she's gonna let Jazz win.
Like it's the opposite.
You think? Yeah. Well, I think for me, like I love working with her, but with Nicole, but it's like there are times when it's a lot when you see each other for that long of a time. And like you see how they act and you're around them just with other people. I always wanted to like live with Nicole. I think that would be great, but I was like, I cannot live with you if I have to see you during the day as well. I can't do it because Nicole, a fun fact about Nicole is if she has a problem, she will literally always talk to you about it. Like, hey, Lo, can I talk to you about this? And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, what did I do? Yeah, sure. What's up? She's like, hey, so I just think you've been kind of doing this. And she's making me better as well. I think we make each other better more silently maybe, but she's always like, hey, Lo, just let you know, you've been really doing this a lot. And I'm like, awesome. And so I get so annoyed. I'm like, but she's literally just telling me how I can be a better person. But woo, that's a pet peeve right there, Nicole.
I think, I really appreciate that we aren't in the same position though, because for me, like, I don't ever feel like, oh, I gotta, like, play my cards right, or like not share everything with you sometimes, like that can be, our environment's so competitive, and I think that like lets loose on a lot of like areas that I can like, be so free with you and tell you anything, how I'm feeling. And so I really appreciate that. But yeah, it's like sometimes I feel like we are different on the field versus off the field, like in terms of like what we say to each other on the rugby pitch is like more business sometimes and not as fun. And then off pitch, it's like, oh, we're just having fun, let's talk about everything and anything.
And I think that's one of the important things, is to be able to have the balance between work and play, because we are around each other all day, whether we're working or playing. So to be able to separate those two entities is very important in terms of keeping a good relationship with somebody.
Now, do you have is there a pet peeve in this relationship? Like, is there something that one of you guys do and you're just like, gosh, dang.
You go first, Jazzy.
Jazz knows she's ready.
I can tell you hers. One time we got into a little spat. I was like asking her questions about the men's team, because she's friends with one of the men's players. And so I was like 3 or 4 questions back to back. And she's like, I don't know. And then she just gets so mad. She's like, I don't know. You keep asking me dumb questions. And I'm like, to me, they don't seem dumb because like, somebody who plays for them. And she's like, I don't talk to him all the time. She just gets so mad. And I was like, you know what? I'm never asking you nothing.
You think that happens? No, she's still asking me tons of questions.
So I think her pet peeve with me is like when I ask her questions that she doesn't know the answer to.
Yeah, I think I could agree with that. You don't do that very often. So like, I wouldn't say that would be my biggest pet peeve. If I had to say my pet peeve for you, it would probably be like in the beginning, your tardiness would like really get under my skin. And you'd be like, I'm outside. And I'd be standing outside. And she's like, down the road. I'm like, that's not outside.
Yeah.
That's not outside. So I think that would be my pet peeve for her. What's yours for me, Jazzy?
I would say she just wants to like, I'm smaller than her. So she always wants to like put her hands either around my neck, on my head. Like she just wants to like treat me like a little kid. So that would probably be mine for her. Like every time I come into training, she's like all on my neck, like I'm just a child. So yeah, that would probably be mine for her.
Good to know. What about you, Lo and Nicole? Let's hear them.
I gotta say, like, there's not a lot of things that annoy me, that Lo does, and like, I can deal with most of the things. Like, yes, I'm super clean, and like, she's super messy. And there's sometimes in the room when we're on tour, and you be leaving stuff on my side of the nightstand, and I'm like, this is not mine. I put it back to yours, but I don't say anything. I'm like, I'll deal with it. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll just move it. But like, it's like, the garbage sometimes. And then one time, Lo, you did put your dirty laundry on my bed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Actually, a couple times.
I would have passed out.
Nice. But I didn't say anything.
You know why? I think one problem is I'm too comfortable around you. So you got to start yelling at me.
No.
You got to start being like, hey, Bish, move your laundry or something.
I want you to be comfortable with me. So that's why I don't say anything. It's more for me to have you be comfortable than to, be like, hey, don't do that. Like, because it doesn't really bother me.
I don't know. Maybe it's give or take. You just got to start yelling at me. Naya.
Do it.
Got to give those boundaries, Nicole, because for a continuously good friendship, like it has to be complete comfort on both sides. Yeah. Like just as you would share information with her very frequently on the field, it should be the same off the field, because you say like, oh, it doesn't bother me, but it does.
It does. You can't let a Leo just keep doing her thing, my guy.
But she will.
I don't think bother is the right word. It's like, oh, that's not really what I want, but I
I don't really enjoy this, but okay. Well, now I know. I can't even practice in Dubai. But I honestly, when I'm with people who like I'm not best friends with, I'm much cleaner, surprisingly. But when I'm with Nicole, I'm like, she doesn't care. So I'll practice for Dubai, and then hopefully we'll be roommates again, and I'll be like 10 times better. I'm not giving any promises, but maybe.
We have had this conversation, and you did get better. You know.
Oh.
You did get cleaner, yeah.
Oh my God, look at me.
Growing.
God, I'm so much better. Wow, I'm so impressed with myself. I don't know if I fully have any pet peeve. I definitely, sometimes she really gets on my freaking nerve, man. And I just need to, like, I don't know what it is she's doing, but like, she does like to really just bring everything up. You know, hey, you did this today. I'm like, oh. Okay, what else did I do? So that gets on my nerves, but honestly, nothing too bad. I think that's like, I think when you're like good friends, it's kind of like a sister in that they do things that it's going to annoy you and you're not going to like them all the time. But it's like, that's what a relationship is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On top of that, like with best friends, you have outside of that relations as well. So like having a boyfriend, having a girlfriend, things of that such. How does that come about in you guys' relationships in terms of balancing dating and also trying to spend time with your best friend? How does that work out?
Well, I will say that when me and Naya first started being friends, she did not have a boyfriend, and it was lit for us. We was out, we was in these streets. Every weekend, I felt like it was just like Friday night, Saturday night, we was always doing something. And then she did get a boyfriend, and it's been a little sad for me, you know. A lot of Friday and Saturday nights, I've been just in my room by myself, but like I am happy for her. But it's just, you know, the nights of us going out on the town have definitely lessened.
Yeah, and I think that's something like I've been trying to balance, because now instead of only having to make one person happy, you got to make two people happy. And when those two people, you know, it's two different relationships that you have to satisfy, and actions are different in those two relationships. I think for me, it was like, okay, for this weekend, like I'm going to hang out with my boyfriend. And then for this day of this next weekend, I'm going to hang out with Jazzy. Like I've been trying to make sure that I'm putting in effort to spend time with her, because I know in like my past relationships, I would just get warped into my love life and kind of forget about my friends, which my mom was like, you can never do that. If there's anything you shouldn't do, it's forget about your friends once you are in love or doing whatever you're doing. So that's been something that's been important for me, of like making sure I hang out with her as well, making time for her, making her feel like that friendship is still strong and that I still care about her. And also like trying to make sure that they have a good relationship so that we can all go out together and have a good time. So I think it's been a work in progress, and it'll only get better from here.
I don't really know if we have any of those problems, because I have been single my whole life. So I don't think we have that, but she's very encouraging of me to get out there and slay the day, which is awesome, because I think even the first weekend when we hung out, I think I slept over in her house on like Friday night, and then that Saturday I like went out with her and her brother and her brother's friends and whatnot, and like we met some people at a bar, and she left early because she can be boring sometimes when she didn't want to drink with us or whatever. So this is how we became best friends, is like I hung out, was hanging with some people, whatever, and then like I came back late and she was like, what's up, what happened? Like I just telling her the whole story. I came back, we just had a sleepover, and I told her the whole story, but like she's like, go out, do your thing. So we don't really have any problems like that. I hope we do one day. Like I don't know if it'll be me, but hopefully Nicole like gets on her high, you know, on her horse, find somebody.
Yeah, we've never actually had to deal with it. Like, it's like, yes, we're very like, tonight's the night we'll meet our significant other. We never do.
Never the night. It's never the night.
I think we're too picky, Lo.
You can't say it, because then you jinx it. You just got to go out and not even.
Here's my thing, Naya. I've been saying for like 5 years, I'm not looking for a man. I'm fine. I'm chilling, like trying to do that reverse psychology, because they all say when you're not looking is when you find them. Well, it hasn't been working. So now I'm going to say it. I'm looking. Okay. And hopefully if I'm looking, it'll actually work. I'm trying a new technique. Has it helped? Has it worked? No, but we'll see.
One of the things that I think is really cool and funny and similar in both of our relationships is that, Lo, you and me are straight, and Nicole and Jazzy are not. And that's a very, like, I want to say uncommon back in the day, like, relationship, even like now, like that's a very uncommon thing to see, more common now than before. What do you think, like, has that had any effect on you guys' relationship? I know you talked about like people asking like, hey, are you guys dating?
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly think it makes it work so well, because like when we first hang out, it was like, oh, are they the new couple? And it's like, no. And since I'm straight, at times even aggressively so, it is almost like works out better for our relationship, because like there's the no sexual attraction there. So it just works out like there's no way we're going to ruin it in a way. And we have different types. So we're all going for different people. So I think it honestly just makes the relationship really better. I mean, I think maybe you two could also answer like, what is it in a two gay girl best friendship, Jazz?
I think like Naya underestimates like how much when we go out together, people think that we are a couple. And I'm like, she's like, you go talk to this girl, whatever. And I'm like, everybody thinks we're on a date right now. Like, and she's like, no way. And I'm like, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Actually, I never pick up anybody when I'm with you because it always looks like we're on a date.
I never believe that though, because I'm like Jazzy. I'm like 5 inches taller than you. I'm muscular as hell. There's no way that they think that I'm with you. And
hey.
I try to give off the vibe like, ladies, come talk to my girl Jazzy. I think sometimes it works, but I can understand how it can shy some females away. Because even in the current state of Jazzy dating, like I'm sure we talked about in the past of like girls always asking her like, are you dating Naya? Are you talking to Naya? And I'm just like, I get it, but I don't really get it. But I guess it's because like we're in it, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's because she's a Leo and she thinks she's too good for me. And she thinks it's impossible for people to think.
I would be with that. Are you serious? Literally never. Well, it's kind of interesting because our relationships are very similar. First off, two big girls. Yes. Naya and I are two big girls. Jazz and Nicole, two pretty, very tiny, very fit, compact women, you know? Very, similar energies. We both, it's kind of wild. Like I guess we're the blueprint for good relationships or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, does it affect like what? Actually, we just kind of answered that question, but so Naya, you have a boyfriend. Nicole, you haven't ever been seeing anybody when we've been together.
No, not for long term. No.
Yeah, because you're picky, dude.
So are you. You can't say anything.
So, I think it's been a balance. I think one of the questions I have is, what's one thing that you've learned from your best friend that you'll take on for the entirety of your life?
Jeez.
I'll go first, I guess. I think mine would probably be patience and putting myself in somebody else's shoes. Because I think Jazzy challenges me a lot with that, especially in the beginning when she was always late. It would just fire me up. And I'm like, why am I letting that fire me up so much? And she would just be like, patience. Like, why are we in a rush? And I'm like, okay. It was so funny because the other day I was telling myself when I was around her, I'm like, patience. And then I said something and she's like, that was not patience. And I'm like, okay, you're right. So I think that would be that. And then just the debates we have. I feel like a lot of the time she's a devil's advocate and she doesn't truly believe in what she's saying. But it has forced me to see the other side in everything that I talk about, think about, or work around. So I think that's been the things that I'm going to carry with me from her.
I think for me, just being more open to really doing things. Like, we'll be sitting, I'm like, man, this person's pretty, and she's like, go say something. I'm like, no, I'm scared. And she's like, you need to do the things that you're scared of. I'm like, no. And so she like really forces me just to do the things that like I'm scared of doing, or like I'm too shy to do. And I appreciate that, because like I've started a lot of things just because she's told me to just do it. No, we're not waiting until tomorrow. Like, do it right now. No, you're not going to wait till I leave. Like, you're going to do it right in front of me. And so I appreciate that a lot.
For me, I think what I'll take from Lo, like the rest of my life, is definitely like you've helped me be more like confident and outgoing. Like, since you're so outgoing and confident, and I like when I'm around you, I feel that way. And so like I'm more confident in my body, and more outgoing. Like I'm more saying more yes, like to things, to going out of my comfort zone. And, like people joke, but like we're like, when we are on tour, we're usually not clothed. And that's because we are super confident in our bodies.
Stop making this so sus, Nicole. You don't have to share everything, damn it. Oh, okay.
No, but seriously, I was never naked before you. But it's in a good way, not in a very best friend way. We were never in a relationship like that.
See, well, there you go. See, I personally like to be naked at all times. Okay. When I'm at home, I like to be naked. I think it helps my body image. So I just encourage that of others. I think if you're naked and you can appreciate yourself in a mirror, it helps your confidence. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think Nicole has taught me a lot. I think she has, as I said, those little conversations that we have, like she's taught me, hey, you do this a lot. And it's kind of, she's helped me to really evaluate my own self and to take a step back and I guess, take a look at who I am in my personality in a different way. And I think that's really helped me. I think she's helped me as well to build confidence, because we do live in a stressful environment, and, I'll have a lot of uncertainty, and she definitely just like gives me that certainty that I need, whether it's with rugby and life, whatnot. So just gonna continue learning.
And I think that is a beautiful segue into our Cub questions. Mm-hmm. Before we go into those, I want to say thank you, Jazzy, as my best friend, for being my best friend, and also for being on this podcast.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Nicole, thank you so much for making it sound like we have the weirdest relationship. You are the best.
You are welcome.
Just no filter there, right? No, I'm just kidding. No. Thank you for coming on. Super appreciate it. I'll see you probably today, later, or something like that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get into these Cub questions. So today we got 4 questions. Our first question, interesting one. Is it okay for best friends to date the same guy? So Lo, I know obviously our best friends do not date guys.
Yeah. So I guess this would just be like other people, what we think, our opinions.
Yeah.
I would say no.
I would agree. I feel like there might be levels, because if you were just texting them, and then the other person was like, hey, I want to go on a date with this person. And you're like, I don't care. It really wasn't nothing. Like, if the person's fine with it, go for it.
Yeah.
But if you went past, if you like kissed and went past that, I don't know how that would rock.
I'm just gonna say no. Well, I don't know, and that's why I choose my best friends, by having very different interests.
Yeah.
I make that a point. I just say that would be weird. Like, then you're really besties in that point. Mm-hmm. Like, you're Eskimo sisters.
Yeah.
Do you tell your best friend everything?
No.
All 10 of them.
All 10. Okay. It ranges. Like, some best friends get information that others don't. I will say Ratch Dog knows 110%, like literally everything about me. There's nothing that I'm ashamed to talk about with her. I would tell her everything. I will say, as the list goes down, it does kind of decrease in the things I tell, just in terms of comfort and how long I've known certain people. Because you have best friends that you've known for 2 years. You have best friends that you've known for 13 years. So there's some connections there where it's like, there's some things I will share and some things not so much. So it's good to have those different levels of friends so that if you do have something that you want to talk about that you can't talk about with certain friends, you have somebody who you can. What about you?
I tell her everything, like the weirdest stuff, the funniest stuff, most embarrassing stuff. I'm like, I got to get this off my chest. When I was 10 years old, I did, I'll just tell her some stupid stuff I do. But yeah, I think because I have one person that's like my sounding board. So I definitely try to like key her in on everything. And she'll know also if I have like something to tell her, like she'll just be like, what's up? Tell me.
Mm-hmm. So the next question, would you consider your sisters your best friends?
See, and that's, gosh, Naya, we're so alike. I would, I guess now, because I love them and I tell them a lot of things as well, but they're my best friends in such a different way, I guess. Because I don't think I tell them everything like I would tell Nicole, but I mean, they are just the lights of my life. And I can spend all the time with them. I tell them so much. We hang out all the time. So in a way, yes, they are my best friends. You?
I would say more catered to sisters than best friends, just because when I'm comparing the relationship between best friends and sisters, I tell my best friends a lot more than I tell my sisters. Maybe because of the difference in ages and the experiences we're going through at the moment. My sisters are also two very different personalities. So I don't know, like having grown up with them all our lives and been through the things we've been through together, it wouldn't feel like a best friend. I feel like more of a protector for them. Like, I don't want to know all your business, but I want to make sure you're okay, and that if you got anybody messing with you, I know about it. But I also want to go to the club with you and have a good time. But you can keep some of the other stuff to your best friend. So I would say I wouldn't consider them my best friends. I would stick to the sisters vibe.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's it for the Leo's Den for us. I'm so happy we got our best friends on it. They're the lights of our life, and they keep us going, even when they say very honest stuff. If you can, subscribe to the Leo's Den on your podcast app. The show notes are on our webpage on wisports.com. Listen tab Leo's Den, and follow at WisSports on all social media platforms for more great podcasts on women's sports.
And the challenge for this episode is to turn your alerts on every Friday for our episode releases, and to make sure you follow the Leo's Den at Leo's Den _WisSports on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to check us out on Instagram to stay updated, and also to listen to the previous episodes if you haven't already.
Whether you came for the rugby and stayed for the shenanigans, we hope you join us again in the Leo's Den. Bye.
Peace out.